So here are my Premier League predictions for match week 8, starting with the 12:30 kickoff, Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. Now, this one, you'd think it'd be a Chelsea win because Forest haven't won a game under Ange yet, but, you know, he's going to have to win at some point, or is he? I don't know, maybe he'll get sacked before he even gets a win. That'll be pretty incredible. I think, though, Chelsea, I know it's been a couple of weeks since the international break, but they've just had a big win versus Liverpool. Now, unless they get a stupid red card like they have done before, or if they just think it's only Forest, like they have done that a few times where Chelsea play pretty poorly against a team where you expect them to win and win comfortably. So I think this will be a Chelsea win, but not a thrashing, maybe like 2-1 Chelsea. Then we've got Brighton versus Newcastle. Now, Brighton are very unpredictable. Newcastle, they had a poor start because of the whole Isak situation, but they've got that new striker in now, and they seem to be getting a bit more back to the way that we know Newcastle can be. So this one's difficult, though, because if Brighton, they can beat City at home, but then they can go and only nearly lose to Wolves. They're lucky to get a draw last time out. So I think I'll go for a Newcastle win. I think Newcastle just about grab this, but it's really difficult. This could be any scoreline, but I'll go for Newcastle to win. Do I go 2-1 again? Nah, I'll go 3-2. Let's go for some goals in this one. 3-2 Newcastle. And then we've got Burnley against Leeds United. So this is a match which was playing in the Championship last season, now in the Premier League. Burnley, they're both. I think all the promoted teams have surprised and shown that they can all be competitive. Burnley at home, I think they've been pretty good. Against Liverpool, they were unlucky with the whole penalty situation. They should have got at least a draw there. But I don't know. Leeds, they lost to Spurs last time out. I think I'll go for a draw. I think 1-1. 1-1 here, I think. I don't think there's too much separating them in terms of their quality. Then we got Palace against Bournemouth, and that's another example of not having much difference between them in terms of quality. They're both doing very well, in terms of this season. Palace at home, Palace had that unbeaten record, which did come to an end thanks to Everton last time around. Bournemouth is just really strong. I saw them last year at Old Trafford, and they deserved to beat United easily that day. And so I think I'm going to go for another draw. This could be one where either team wins. I think it's a very tight game. I hope it's a good game. It seems like one of those games where it should be a good game. I'll go for more goals. I was thinking 2-2, but let's go 1-1. Then we've got City versus Everton. Now, this is a big one because Everton can't play Grealish because he's on loan there from City. He's been one of their main players, best players of the season. I think City, they're coming into a bit of their form now. Haaland especially, keeps scoring. I'm happy he's in my FPL. So with City at home as well, City will win this. I think they'll win 3. Will they concede? City sometimes do concede. I mean, they don't usually get a clean sheet, to be fair. They did against Brentford, though. So maybe 2 clean sheets in a row with Donnarumma. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. Actually, maybe they got another one before that. I can't remember. But anyway, let's go 3-0. 3-0 City. Then we've got Sunderland against Wolves. Wolves have they haven't got the points to show for it, but the last few weeks they've shown that they can definitely give people a game. They did that with Spurs, did that with Brighton, and late goals took away those points. But they did get the point. They got 1 point against Brighton at least, and also of course Spurs. But I think away to Sunderland, I was a bit shocked. I think maybe United did play well. I mean, Sunderland couldn't really cope with United in the first half an hour. But I still expect a bit more because Burnley showed more than Sunderland at Old Trafford, and I thought Sunderland looked to be the better team so far this season. But at home, Stadium Light, I think they'll win. I think they'll get back to winning ways, and I think they'll beat Wolves 1-0. Then we've got Fulham against Arsenal at the 5:30 kickoff slot. Arsenal. I mean, they're top now by a point. They can go 4 points above Liverpool, who don't play until Sunday. So this is a big sort of marker to set if they can beat Fulham. With Fulham though, at home, United. Well, I'm saying United a lot because I've obviously seen all United's games. They should have beat Fulham. Fulham came back into it, but United should have been way ahead of them by that point. And I feel like Arsenal are that sort of team who will punish Fulham. So I think 3-1 Arsenal. I haven't really been that impressed by Fulham, but you never know. Like Arsenal haven't won there many times in recent years, so we'll have to wait and see. And it's also 5:30 kickoff. Things can happen like that. But I'll go Arsenal 3-1. Then on the Sunday we have Spurs versus Villa. Villa without Ollie Watkins, I think. I think he got injured in the international duty. So that could be a big issue. What's happened to Sancho? He's gone there. Does he play? Does Lindelof play? This sort of shows that everyone's gone on about Rashford and McTominay and Højlund. Yeah, they're playing in other leagues. The Italian league we know is a bit easier. Ashley Young went over there. And then also we got Sancho. He plays well at Dortmund, but everywhere else, Chelsea and now Villa. What's happened to his career? So I think when you look at United players who have left to go somewhere else in the Premier League, it's not going so well. Look at Garnacho. Anyway, enough of that rant. Let's talk about this game. Spurs beat Leeds away last time. That was a good win. Villa seem to be picking up a bit of form, but I think that Watkins miss will be a bit key here. So I'll go for, if he is missing, I'm not completely sure on that. But I'll go for Spurs to win this, and I think they'll win 2-1. Then we've got Liverpool, Man United, the big game at 4:30. You know what? The last few times United have gone there, I think it's the last 2 times, we've done all right. We've shown ourselves to be pretty decent. I think we got that 0-0 against Klopp in his last season, and with Slot, we got the 2-2, I think it was, with the Martinez goal. So we've had a couple of draws recently at Anfield. We don't win there much. Liverpool, 3 losses in a row in all competitions. But, I still think Liverpool, if they show up, they will probably beat us. However, United did play well against Sunderland. I think Mount should start. I really want Cunha in the team, but it's just, I think it's more balanced having Mount and Mbeumo instead of having Cunha and Mbeumo on either side. It's just too similar at the moment. I think having Mount can just give the opposition something else to think about. But Cunha, I think, could be key. I think he could be a really key sub if he is that sub. And it's very interesting to see how we play this game. This will be a real good game to see. Amarim's had all this time to think about this game, to set up his plan, what he goes for. Obviously, I'd love to see United get a win here. I think my head's telling me Liverpool win. But you know what? Let's go for the middle. Let's go for a draw. Let's go 1-1. Let's go 1-1. Cunha to score as well. bit more specific. Yeah, 1-1. But as long as it ends a 7-0, 5-0 thrashing by Liverpool. If United do lose, I just hope the performance is there because, Arsenal lost at Anfield, but they lost to a piece of brilliance by Szoboszlai, right? With that free kick. I mean, that was fantastic. I don't mind losing like that in a way because it's like you just got to hold your hands up and say, yeah, that's pretty damn good. But against City, like the Etihad with United, Luke Shaw had a complete meltdown. So I don't want to see any of that. So hopefully it is something like that's the cause of a loss if we do get a loss. Anyway, and then to finish the weekend is a Monday Night Football. The big one, West Ham versus Brentford. I probably won't be watching this. I'll be busy, watching paint dry or something. But anyway, West Ham beating Brentford, I think, could be on the cards here because Nuno has just come in. I think Nuno will set up West Ham better than Potter did. So I think this will be a West Ham win. Then again, Brentford, I think Brentford have been a bit of a surprise because I think a lot of people said they're going to go down because of all the players that left and Frank leaving. But Andrew seems to be okay. I mean, he's someone the players know. How long that can last for, I don't know. Maybe it's just that sort of initial it's a new manager bounce sort of thing, but it's not a new manager, but it's someone we want to support because we like this guy. We've been with him in the dressing room for all these years. Henderson was a good signing though, and also Kelleher. So they've actually made some good signings, even though they've lost some key players like Mbeumo and Wissa and that. But I feel like West Ham do have some good players like Bowen and that, and Soychek, and they have some quality. And I think this could be at home Monday Night Football. This could be that game that really gives Nuno his welcome sort of thing. So I'll go West Ham to win. I think they'll concede, so probably I say 2-1 a lot. I don't think they can score 3 though. I'm going to go 2-1 again for West Ham. That's all the predictions for this weekend. Let me know yours in the comments. I'll also just say, last time out, I predicted Bournemouth to beat Fulham, which did happen. I put 2-1. It ended up 3-1. Then Leeds, Spurs, I said it would be a 1-1 draw, but of course Spurs got the 2-1, so that I was wrong there. I was right with Arsenal beating West Ham 2-0 exactly. United, Sunderland, I put 2-1. It was 2-0. I actually put 2-0 on my Super 6, so I don't know why I put 2-1. I just thought at the time, but United usually concede, but I was very happy for Larmans to get that clean sheet. Chelsea, Liverpool, I put Liverpool to win 2-1, obviously, other way around. It's 2-1 Chelsea, so I was wrong there. Villa, Burnley, I put 1-0 Villa, and it was 2-1 Villa, so I was right with the result, but not the score. And then Everton, 1-1 I put, but Palace, against Palace, but Everton got that last minute Grealish winner, so that was 2-1, so I was wrong there, and good win that for Everton. I put Forest to lose away to Newcastle, 3-0. They lost away to Newcastle, but 2-0. And then Wolves to beat Brighton 2-1. It was 1-1, but very close. Brighton got not a last minute goal, but a late goal. And then Brentford City, I put 2-0 City. It was only 1-0 City, but still a City win. So not too bad. A few goals, either there where it could have made a difference to being a better or worse result over that weekend. But anyway, yeah, like I said, let me know your predictions in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.